So in the previous video, we went through and learned about Xcode. And so we are going to continue to talk about Xcode, but now we are going to be diving more into looking at user interface. One of the ways I want you to start thinking about user interface is think of it as a way with which user interacting with our applications. So if you have an app, you notice once you open up an app on your phone, the whole idea of having an app is to interact with it. That's when a user interface components come into hand. So we would be talking about, for instance, a button, we'll be talking about labels and text fields. These components and many others, that's what we call a user interface because it makes it possible this interaction between users and our application. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and start diving into inserting buttons and labels and text fields inside of our application. All right, so let's do it. So the first thing that we need to do is to open up our Xcode. So I have it here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. It may take a few seconds here to warm up, boot up. And there we go. We have our welcome to Xcode window here. And again, remember, if you don't get this, that's probably because in previous videos, you went ahead and selected this. So if you unselect this every time you start Xcode, this is not going to show. However, this is not showing for reasons that I've just explained. You will still be able to look at here at the top, right? You will see it says Xcode here. So that means Xcode is open. So you can either go here and say File, New, and say Project, right? And that would take you to the next screen where you can then name your project. But in this case, since I have this open here, I'm just going to go ahead here on my first and second option here. It says create a new Xcode project. So click on that. And of course, we're going to go ahead and make sure you are under iOS application, and we're going to get the single view application. So click on single view application and say next. And here we're going to call this my user interface. There's my name. So our identifier is it's going to be a reverse domain name because as you may remember from previous videos, this is very important because it needs to be unique. Okay, so the recommended naming convention is to have the reversed domain name, which is com.magadi-studio, and then you have the user interface here. In fact, let me change this to my user interface. That's the name of the app. Interface. Okay, again, you can put whatever you want, but I would suggest you get into the habit of following this convention here. Okay, and of course, make sure you select Swift because that's the language we're going to be using to create our applications. And here, universal is fine, including a test. We can get rid of this. We don't need any of this. And once all of this checked, go ahead and say next. And it should ask you now where you want to save this project. I already have this iOS project folder under my computer, and you should do the same. Once that's all sorted out, just go say create. And what you know, we should have our project created. Look at that. Very nice. Okay. So again, we have here to the left where our project files reside. As you can see here, we got my user interface and we have all these great files which we will continue learning about. Okay, and to the right we still have all of this panel here, which is very contextual, meaning that it changes according to where we are, what we are doing in our code, right? So if we click on here, view controller, Swift, you see now this code, and this changed because now whatever we do here to the right, it's connected to what we are working on. All right, so what we need to do now, we're going to go to main storyboard. So click on that to the left here, as you can see in our files. And once you click on that, this is where you're going to be seeing. And one thing I would like you to do, you look at the bottom here, there's this button here, so click on it. That will just close this view controller scene, and we'll take a closer look at this at a later time, but for now we don't want this, just close it. Okay, good. Now in the previous videos you noticed this our view controller here. Again, this is our storyboard view controller. This is where we're going to put all of our views. So anything in iOS that you put inside of here, it's a view. So a button is a view, a text label is a view, an image is a view. Everything essentially is a view. Hence, this is a view controller because it will control our views. Okay, so to the bottom right here, make sure again our object library is selected here. If not, just click on this button here. It should give you all of these options here, which is wonderful. All right, so the first thing we need to do before we go any further, go ahead and click at the top here, right, top of our storyboard or view controller. From now on, what are we going to do? We're going to change this to have the size of an actual iPhone. That way, it's much easier for us to control what we see here and align things. Of course, things may not still look good when you change devices, say, meaning that if you change, for instance, from running from iPhone 6 to iPhone 5, some things may not look centered. That's fine. But for now, what we're going to do, we're going to click here at the top, right, atop here. So you see this simulated metrics, go to size, and we're going to choose 4.7, which is the iPhone 6. And now, as you can see, we changed it to iPhone 6. Now it looks exactly like an iPhone. So for our purposes of these videos, this will be the best way of proceeding. All right? Okay, great. So now that we're here, so click somewhere out. Now what do we need? We're going to go ahead and get a button. I have a little task for you. I want you to go ahead and get a button and put in our screen here. Can you manage that? Okay, go ahead. All right, that's good. I hope you managed it. So if you didn't, don't worry about it. We will go through this so many times where you are going to be able to do this in your sleep. Okay, so don't worry about if you weren't able to figure out or manage to do that. Okay, so the first thing we do, of course, to get a button, we go to our object library here, and we can either scroll up and down to find what we're looking for. Here it is, a button here, or we can just go here, type at the bottom right here. As you can see, there's a search bar, and say button, and you will see there is a button there. So we're gonna drag and drop it. Now there's something else that you can see, you notice here, and we talked about this in previous videos, but also if you keep moving before you drop it, just keep moving and moving into the left, and you see there's a place where it stops, and you can see those guidelines there, right? Okay, there's another one there, there's here, and there's this one in the middle here. So you can see horizontally it's centered, and if you want to make sure both horizontally and vertically everything is centered, you can do so like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it right about here. That's fine. Button, and go double click, and we're gonna name this my button. Okay, that's perfect. Let's go ahead and find a label. Say label. There's a label there. Let's put it right about here. That's fine. Let's say my label. Okay. Okay, let's go back here. Let's say we want now a text field. Say text field. There it is. We do the same here. All right. Now let's see, to make sure things are working, let's go ahead and run this right away. So go at the top here where it says play button. Click on it. And you can see here at the top it's changing, saying building my user interface app, and it should say pretty soon, if all goes well, it should say build succeeded, and now we should see our app running, and it's running, and there we have it. So we have here my button, my label, and if you click on this, that's our text field, and there we go. So we can go ahead and start writing things, blah blah blah. Let's see here, and as you can see, it's actually accepting input. That's very good. Wonderful. Now let's go back to our storyboard here. Okay, there's a lot of things that you can do with Xcode. So if you click, let's say, to our label here, obviously, as we've talked a little bit, you can align it, you can move it around, align the text that's going to be inside of it, right? And you can hover over it and make it a little bit larger for both sides, right? Like this. So you can do this, okay? In fact, you can do the same to any object or item, user interface item you insert inside of our view controller, inside of our screen here, right? So as you can see here, if you hover over here, go to the left, you notice right away there's this change of cursor here. So you can click on it and just go ahead and extend it a little bit here. Take the button, you can do the same as well. Whoops, I just moved the whole thing. Well, not really. Okay, there we go. All right. You can make it as big as you intend. Okay, now if you click, let's go click back on my label here. The other thing you can do, you can change fonts. So you can click here, you can make it bigger, my label. There we go. If you want to change color, you can click here, and you notice pop up here, which allows you to change color, right? You have crayons, you have image palettes, right? You can click here and click and start moving around. You can see the color here at the bottom, it's changing, right? And you have here also, this is default. You can just go, if you rather just have a list of of colors, you can do so. And also here, if you notice, there's this opacity, which essentially changes. If you just look at this my label here as I move these things. So the opacity, as you can see, changes the ability for you to see it, right? As you can see here. So the bigger it is, the closer to 100% it is, the less opaque or the more you can see the label, right? Okay, as you can see, there we go. That's good. And this dropper here actually is really, you can click on this dropper icon here, and what it does is you can go hover over anything you want. Let's say you want to, let's hover over this here, right? As you can see, you can click on it and then it gets that color and automatically puts it in our selected label in this case, right? It's pretty neat. And of course, you can use this if you want sliders, and you can change the scales, grayscale slider, and so forth. So there's a lot of things I would encourage you to play around with in your own time. Okay, that's really good. Let's go back and change a different color. Let's make it a little bit more. Let's say, how about, yeah, that's good. That's good, right? All right, so you can go here and look at, for instance, the shadow. If you want to change, go here and you can give a shadow. So look at that. As I move it, just look at my label here, right? So you can see there's a shadow changing there. So that's pretty neat. All right. Okay, let's give it maybe, no, let's see. How about this shadow? All right, that works. Okay, that's really good. So if you scroll up, here you will see there's more you can do here. Let's find something you can do. You can change the background, right? So you click here to the right. You can see, as for now is default. One of the things you can do, in fact, let's go and see this drop down here. Click on this drop down and you can change different colors here. Let's see, I want a background of, let's give it this one. Look, right? And the red background is there. So there's a lot of things you can do using our inspector, attribute inspector here, right? And again, remember, this is a very contextual, meaning all of this to the right here changes accordingly, according to what we have selected, okay? So the other thing I want to show you is if you look at font system here, if you click on this button here with the T, so click on that, you'll notice you can actually change font. So you can click on this one and you can get, you know, system fonts. Let's say if you want, you can even create, you know, footnote or caption too, or let's see, create that one there. Apparently it doesn't change, it changed, you can see. Let's go and change it to something else. Let's say headline maybe. You see as it's changing. Or you can also go here, custom, click on that. And you see family here, you can choose anything that you have on your system, on your computer, right? So for now we have Helvetica New, but you can change to, let's see here, what can we change it to? Let's see, maybe Futura, maybe not. Papyrus, maybe. No, that's a little bit too much there. But anyway, as you can see, you can just play around until you find whatever you want. Let's see that one. Okay, all right, we could do this forever, right? So let's go and put back to Helvetica here, what we had before, okay? So perfect. So as you can see, there's a lot of things you can do and change to your heart's desire. All right. So in the next video, we'll continue talking about these basic user interface elements and how to connect them with code. All right. So I'll see you in the next video.